Tips. CNN Partner Hotels. Connected to your world.
I'm Jumana Karachi in Istanbul, and this is CNN.
African Voices Changemakers, in association with Glow Unlimited.
Welcome to African Voices. I'm Mari Chopo, and this week I have a flavorful show featuring some change-making chefs. In Ghana, there's a woman combining traditions from her culture with some new age thinking to create unique culinary experiences.
My cuisine is bold. It's authentic. It's plain flavors. It's highly influenced by the lifestyle of my people.
I use food to tell stories, inspire and empower women in Fulani communities across West Africa. Tastes so good. I'm Chef Binta. I'm a change maker.
For Chef Fatmata Binta, cooking is food for the soul.
I started cooking well at the age of 8. I've always been around food, the kitchen. It was everything to me. Watching my mother, my aunties, taking food, creating something interesting, bringing people together.
While Binta pursued a variety of careers, she always found a way back to cooking.
I studied international relations. I studied marketing. I worked as a TV presenter. But one thing was missing for me, and I've always loved food. I was supposed to go to Sierra Leone, but then there was Ebola, so I couldn't go. So I came to Ghana instead, and I got bored at some point. And then I went to Nairobi and studied culinary arts.
She moved to Ghana for work, but soon became tired of traditional culinary jobs, saying she wanted to spice up her life and reconnect with her heritage.
And I wanted to explore more, to understand my food, my culture, and just represent African cuisine. So I left my job, I quit, and then I started promoting Fulani cuisine with a concept called Dine on a Mat. It was important for me as a Fulani girl. I grew up in the food culture, the community. The fondest memories I still hold today was me going on vacations to the Fulani communities.
The Fulani are one of the largest nomadic tribes in the world. Chef Binta opened the Fulani Kitchen and began hosting Dine on a Mat experiences to educate communities across Africa about the Fulani culture and cuisine.
Most times, there's a misconception when you think about Fulani cuisine, because we are cattle people, they think it's all meat. Our food is actually highly plant-based because most of our ingredients we sun-dry, and we try to take guests on a journey. I'm trying to preserve my food culture. It's a very traditional, nomadic experience. So most times we have guests sit on the mat, they eat with their hands, we tell stories. You know, sitting on the mat, it grounds you. It makes you level, you know, and it brings compassion. It's a lot of things. And I think that's powerful. I want anyone that sits on my mat should live as an ambassador for the Fulani people.
This is where all the trading happens within the Fulani community in Nima.
To prepare for the evening, the chef makes a trip to the local market.
Okay, so let me have this. Medase. These are some of the things I usually buy here. We buy locally, and then we take it to the test kitchen, and then we grind it and mix. That's why it's very important to have conversations when you visit the market or these people, because they have knowledge more than the chef in the modern kitchen. We learn from them. They will always remain the teachers of our authentic recipes.
Back in her kitchen, Chef Binta adds a modern twist to a traditional meal.
So I'm now smoking the wagashi I bought from the Fulani community. Most times they prepare food the traditional way. They use traditional techniques for centuries. But as a chef, I'm taking inspiration from them. But it's very important for me to use modern techniques for it to be appealing to the guests. This is meditation for me. I've added the plantains, and now I'm going to add the tomato confit, and then the cheese. I'll add the plantain chips, and then the suya powder, and then that's it. When a dish goes out, I have to follow them and go and introduce the dish and the concept.
For me, the most fulfilling part is when a guest walks out saying that they enjoyed the food or the stories triggered something for them. For me, it's very much fulfilling, and it also challenges me to go back, and dig deep into my food culture and get more creative. With my Dine on a Mat experience, I want to touch every city, one city at a time, one plate at a time, and connect people to food. But most importantly, preserve our African food culture by telling stories.
Chef Binta's vibrant dishes and cultural experiences have launched her onto the world stage. In 2021, she won the Best Chef's Rising Star Award.
It was an amazing experience.
This is for all the chefs from Africa.
I wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
Thank you all for having me.
I was just sitting there with my brother, and then they called my name. It was emotional. It was an emotional moment, but it was beautiful. I encourage people to get to know their food more. It means embracing your food traditions. Let's slow down. Let's slow down and enjoy food.
Next, see how Chef Binta is empowering Fulani women.
20,000 naira for free. 20,000 naira bonus.
Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected.
Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple.
Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number. Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, so free.
Niger, what are you waiting for?
I've personally met people around the world who told me that the first way that they found out about sex trafficking was through our documentary Nefarious. And for many people, that was the turning point that they chose to commit their life to fight this issue. My name is Helen Taylor, and I'm the Vice President of Impact at the anti-human trafficking organization Exodus Cry. We are currently headquartered in Southern California. Exodus Cry began back in 2008. Our founder, Benjamin Nolo, found out about the issue of trafficking and how it was a global human rights crisis. With a background in filmmaking, he went overseas to 19 different nations and interviewed survivors, spoke with global activists and politicians. And from that series of trips, he created a documentary called Nefarious Merchant of Souls. It's been used by hundreds, if not thousands, of organizations and communities to raise awareness. It's been shown on military bases, in churches, before the UN, in the US White House, parliaments around the world. So it really is such a testament to the power of a documentary and a story that you're able to spotlight an incredibly important and urgent global issue in a way that many people beyond your immediate reach are able to hear about.
We want to tell the stories that Fulanis are more than headsmen.
Chef Fatimata Binta is connecting with the Fulani people, one of the largest nomadic tribes in the world, through food.
Our culture is beautiful. Our food is amazing. For me, I feel responsible to share that to the world and tell the story different stories about the people.
She opened the Fulani Kitchen and began hosting Dine on a Mat experiences to share the tribe's unique cuisine with communities across Ghana and beyond.
It's just special always when you source directly from here. Imagine the quality right now. Texture is intact, flavors, and you take it straight to the Dine on the Mat experience. It's just a different level. Well, I used to do this as a kid.
Today, she's learning new recipes and sourcing ingredients from a Fulani community outside of Accra.
This is moringa leaves, and this is a stew that is authentic in this Fulani community. And she's teaching me. I don't know this stew, so this is very much new to me also. So usually what I do, I come into these communities, I spend time with the locals, the keepers of the authentic recipes, like the grandmother, spend time, watch her cook, and then I take this inspiration back to my kitchen in Accra, and then I do an interpretation of it. It smells so good. For them, cooking is like it's like meditation in a way. You know, it's their entertainment because they don't have too many things they do in these communities apart from the chores in the home. So everything is done with so much love and care. They take their time. So this is Wagashi cheese, which is the local cheese made in Africa. And you only find the Fulani women doing this. So this I'm taking to the test kitchen and I'm going to do something. It's one of our crowd's favorite. If you taste this cheese, the flavor, the quality, so different. Small, see, teacher, I'm learning.
After being welcomed into multiple Fulani communities, Shabinta says she was inspired to create the Fulani Kitchen Foundation. It aims to preserve their culture and help Fulani women across West Africa grow crops, develop skills, and sell their products.
So what they are trying to do is create patterns on the calabashes. It's designing. For them, this is art, and then they will sell in the market. So this is part of the programs and the initiatives we are working on to start having these women involved in this arts and crafts to pass time, apart from just the daily chores in the home. And then we can sell it, and also that money goes back into the community. This is the calabash seeds, which we'll plant because it's a sustainable bowl. It's all about sustainability for the Fulani people.
She's also helping communities get better access to natural resources.
One thing we noticed while traveling across Africa, most of these communities, they struggle for clean water, and this is a necessity. So we collaborated with Ghana Food Movement, and then we built this water well. This is something we want to continue and build water wells across all these communities. It's very important, you know, for me to be involved in that, not just come in, take inspiration and go, but also give back in a way. You come here, they took their time, they are so open, they welcome me. And I go back, other people experience their handwork because this is not me doing it, this is them. So it's them going on a journey with me, even though they are not physically there, but their fingerprint is on everything I do. And for me, that fulfills me.
While she's made strides to help the Fulani people, Shabinta says she's already cooking up an idea to expand her reach.
Our main goal is to build the center very soon this year. So we are going to create a space where we'll have the farm, we'll have the test kitchen. People will come in, learn, do programs, internship programs with students from around the world, and also create, you know, collaborate with other chefs and highlight African cuisine and make it more interesting. I feel like we've been stuck in the old ways, and now there is Afrofusion conversations going on. You know, there's so much about African food that hasn't been tapped into. I feel like it's very exciting, and African food is the future, and the future is now.
Brekete times 10. Get a Glow SIM today and enjoy 1,000 Naira sign-on bonus for voice and data. All new and existing Glow subscribers also get 10 times the value of their every recharge, plus up to double their data recharge as bonus. All Glow subscribers also get up to free 20,000 Naira bonus for voice and data.
Coronavirus. To get daily news updates in your inbox, sign up for the CNN newsletter. Coronavirus, fact versus fiction.
Our next changemaker is probably a familiar face to our South African viewers. This TV chef says she's on a mission to celebrate, innovate, and share South African culinary culture through her work. We got to see how she connects with her community to find more tasteful experiences to share.
I'm most excited about showing the world how rich we are when it comes to food. I feel like we are slowly just, peeling that covering that we had. We are proud now. I use food to change the way people look at Africa. My name is Nti Ramaboa, award-winning chef, cookbook author, and a proud restaurateur from Johannesburg, South Africa, and I am a change maker. Awesome.
Bold flavors.
Chef, the cayenne.
Rich textures.
It's so light, it literally melts in your mouth.
All uniquely South African.
You have a proudly South African dish. Amazing. Right there.
Chef Nti Ramaboa is on a mission to share African cuisine with the world.
My vision for Africa is for us to show the world who we are in full color.
Cooking always came naturally to Nti.
When I think about my childhood and memories that have shaped me, a lot of it centers around food. I started cooking when I was 13 years old. I mean, even when we have umsebenzi, this is like big celebrations in the family, I'd always be there and be involved.
Despite her love for cooking, the entrepreneur pursued another passion.
Straight from school, I started my journey in fashion. I showcased at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. I had 3 retail stores. My flagship store was at Melrose Arch.
But after years in fashion, she says it was time for a fresh start.
Cooking professionally happened by default when everything else that I was doing failed and I was found wanting and I needed to start over. So food became the next best thing. The cheese is just magic.
Her career has since taken off.
Look at that.
In 2018, Nti opened a restaurant called Taste Kitchen. The following year, she wrote a cookbook titled My Modern African Kitchen, and she landed 2 shows on Food Network South Africa.
Caramel glaze, cinnamon sugar, custard. The show was Street Food in Africa, and there I would make your walkie-talkies, mandwanas. I love the fact that I had a platform to show who we are as a people. Very proud, we are beautiful, and it shows even, with how we eat.
These ventures earned her the title of Culinary Icon of the Year at the 2021 Lux Restaurant Awards. While a sweet surprise, Nti says her love of food goes beyond the accolades.
I thought to myself, icon, and there's still so much to do. But I'm humbled by that recognition. Life is about creating beautiful moments. So the accolades are there, but I try and not hold on to them, I hold on to the beautiful moments, I hold on to the memories. My next thing is my new show on Food Network. It's called Celebrate with Chef Nti. So on the show, I am just focusing on celebrating life, celebrating every moment, big and small.
Today, Nti is collaborating with a local chef to find inspiration for her show.
Now we're in the Champagne North, Bryanston, at Le Creative, Chef Wandile Mabaso's restaurant. Fabulous, 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 as you can see. I'm here because I need help. I need help with recipes. Okay, so chef, you are showing me how to make chakalaka your way. So we've got our oil. Yeah.
Chakalaka is a relish.
Yes.
Right. Savory, slightly sour, and very spicy.
Bit of spicy and a bit of sweetness from the bell peppers,
yes,
I feel, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
At this stage, chef, I would add my spices.
Oh, but I'm just loving the aromas.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay,
there you go, our carrot.
Yes.
Which is actually one of the main ingredients for chakalaka.
No carrot, no chakalaka.
Yes, but look at that beautiful relish.
The proof is in the pudding.
Definitely.
Let's try this chakalaka.
Incredible, right?
I'm inspired, I'm excited. I feel like I have now a good base from a story I'm gonna tell about who we are on a plate.
When she's not in the kitchen, the chef loves to share a home-cooked meal with other creatives.
Ooh, Ryan!
So good to have you.
See you. We are at Ryan Shava's studio. He is an emerging artist, super talented, based in Johannesburg. I've always been in love with art. I think art is a way of expressing yourself, same way as food and fashion. So for me, art, fashion, music, food really speak to the soul. I feel like life would be so empty without it. Today, I'm not only going to come in and enjoy the artwork, but I want to give back to Ryan. I went to my local farm that I always source from to get these gorgeous baby corns, finish them off with some chimichurri and some cold meat. I've got some sourdough, fresh. I just cannot wait to show the world who we are, you know, and just get them to join us in celebration of our culture, the diversity in just language, diversity in food, diversity in fashion, just all the beautiful things. I just can't wait for the world to see all of it, you know, in full bloom. Cheers!
Next, Chef Nti takes us to her hometown to see where she learned to cook.
20,000 naira for free.
20,000 naira bonus.
Is your line blocked? Then move to Glow.
I'm reconnected.
Because we've all reconnected. And it's simple, simple.
Dial *109# and link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number. Get up to 20,000 naira for free with Glow.
20,000 naira bonus free.
Yes, so free.
Niger, what are you waiting for?
All right, you guys ready?
Alex Jones.
Those thought patterns, the three presenters, QAnon group, or the anti-vaxxers, they all originate from Alex.
How much damage can one man do to school shooting victims?
Alex Jones lied about Sandy Hook.
And the country.
The people who listen to him believe the things that he says.
CNN asks those who know him.
He's not like you or me.
The truth doesn't really matter at all.
CNN Special Report, Megaphone for Conspiracy. Alex Jones, Monday on CNN.
Award-winning chef Nti Ramaboa is using her platform to promote South Africa's culinary heritage.
I just want to be on the forefront as an African of just celebrating, sense of pride, celebrating who we are.
For her, cooking has always been a family affair.
All right, in Soweto, Kotladi, Kaslam. I'm with my brother and my sister. This is where I grew up. This is where Nti, not Chef Nti. Nti was groomed. These streets know me. How's mommy? How are you, my sweetie? This is Martha Stewart of the house. Okay, so we are home. This is my aunt. We're making dumpling. Yes.
She says her cookbook, My Modern African Kitchen, is filled with recipes inspired by her mother and grandmother.
This is my mom, Mama D. I just love the idea that I grew up in a family where food was celebrated. So one thing I love with my mom is just how creative she was with ingredients. My very first cookbook, and I have about actually 80% of the book dedicated to the food that we grew up eating. I wanted to have a gift that I can give back to my people and say, look, you know, you don't have to have a big pocket to eat nice food, because, you know, I saw that from my mom. You know, you don't have to have a fancy ingredients, and that's why when you open my cookbook, the recipes are amazing, but everyday ingredients.
Many of those ingredients can be found in local markets, like the one Chef Nti took us to today.
Where I'm taking you guys, we are gonna have street food vendors. So we're gonna buy chicken dust, we're gonna buy some walkie-talkies, we're gonna buy some veggies. All right, so this is like a township market. This is where my family still shops for their food, and I love it because the food is accessible, the food is fresh. This is the heartbeat of the community. So we are buying walkie-talkies, chicken feet, my favorite. So I know in some parts of the world, this is waste, right? For us, delicacy.
How's it taste?
So this is mango, as you can see. This is green mango. This is chili. And the oil, the color of the oil is because of the flavors that have been imparted onto this deliciousness. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. All righty. Thank you. Woo! It has a kick. Like the heat lingers, you know? So we're buying liver because Mama made us dumpling. So we just want something to complement our dumpling. Now we have everything and we're going back home because Mama already waiting for us. It's gonna be a feast.
Back home, it's time to dig in. And after the pandemic, it's moments like this Chef Nti says she will savor for a lifetime.
COVID has taught me to appreciate knowing where your food is sourced, growing your own food, a sense of community, a sense of families.
It's one of the messages she hopes to share to those looking to follow in her footsteps.
What drives me is just showing that it's possible, you know, giving that hope to that girl child that think it is not possible. And there's so much work to be done. I mean, I come to Soweto all the time, around South Africa. There's so much work that needs to be done. So for me, I want to use my life, I want to use myself as a tool to make a difference.
Thanks so much for watching such a delicious episode. If you missed any part of it or any of our past episodes, head over to our website to get caught up. I'm Ari Topo, and I'll be back next week with more change-making stories.
African Voices Changemakers, in association with Glow Unlimited.
Brekete times 10. Get a Glow SIM today and enjoy 1,000 Naira sign-on bonus for voice and data. All new and existing Glow subscribers also get 10 times the value of their every recharge, plus up to double their data recharge as bonus. All Glow subscribers also get up to free 20,000 Naira bonus for voice and data.
On Culinary Journeys, meet Japan's Natsuko Shoji, a chef earning rave reviews. Inspired by art, she is a rising star in French cuisine and in an industry where men dominate. See how she overcame life's challenges despite the odds and is now paving the way for a new generation. Culinary Journeys, Sunday on CNN, in association with Ajinomoto.
He's interviewed 5 U.S. presidents, authored 7 books, and has an independent voice that resonates.
What happened to when we were united against a common enemy?
He's raw, unique, and one of America's most important talk show hosts. Watch Smirconish today on CNN.
Business is all about making connections. But some connections are easier to make than others. With a CNN partner hotel, the world is always at your fingertips. CNN partner hotels, connected to your world.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
Inside Africa, in association with Zenith Bank.
Along the coastline of southeastern Africa, something beautiful, something special is happening. A rebirth of the Afro surf scene.
This is growing. Surfing community is strong and there's a voice.
Amplifying the continent's deep undercurrents of surfing.
That's what this Afro surf thing is to me. It's hopefully a Trojan horse that gets people interested not only in the continent, but in the richness of its people and what it has to offer to the world.
This is not Australia or Hawaii. This is Mozambique. And this is Inside Africa. Blue, pristine, warm ocean waters, a hallmark of the coastline along Mozambique. And in the waters off the town of Tofu, chances are you'll see a whale shark too. An experience that attracts ocean lovers and divers from all over the world.
Tofu always been special. It's a very small town, but always had something special. It was always my favorite place. You get, how do you say it, hooked when you come here, like, I want to stay here.
In recent years, this small fishing village has gained a reputation for another reason, as a sweet spot for surfing. One of the best in Mozambique.
We have a beautiful wave here, and it's a nice lineup.
Bruno Lopez is talking about a barreling right-handed break that is fast becoming a favorite among experienced surfers.
It's like very, very good feeling. You need to come and taste that.
Lopez is a geomatic engineer by trade, but he's also a surfer, and he's been coming to Tofu since he was a child.
We used to camp here. I come here with my parents, and then after 18, starting to come with my friends to party, and also to start when I was starting surfing.
Now in his mid-40s and a Tofu resident, Lopez says he's witnessed an incredible transformation in the town. A burgeoning Mozambican surf culture.
25 years when I came here, most of the person that will be at the beach to surf were foreigners, tourists, and were maximum 2, 3. Maybe 10 years ago, I came here and I saw 2 or 3 Mozambican guys surfing, and I was amazed. I was like, wow, what's going on here? I'm not going to say that it's already settled. This is growing, but I feel like surfing community is strong, and there's a voice. We have a voice, they have a voice.
I want to put Mozambique on the map because, first of all, Mozambique has incredible waves. And I don't think that Mozambique has been represented in terms of surf. And so, you know, I'm very lucky and blessed to be that first person to put Mozambique out there.
Part of the renaissance can no doubt be credited to some hometown surfers, like Sang-Min Cho, known locally as Minnie, getting more and more recognition on the global surf scene.
I think in the last 3 years, we've seen a lot more in terms of Mozambican surfing, but I remember when I started surfing, there was no support, there was no sponsorship, because like a Mozambican surfing, like professionally, was unheard of. And so the new wave of African culture is surf, I think, you know.
Minnie is Mozambique's first ever professional surfer. The 22-year-old is ripping his way onto the World Surfing League qualifying series, earning international sponsorships.
Surfing has been the best thing that's happened to my life for sure. I've been able to have a job, travel the world, and represent my country. It was always a dream of mine to represent my country in some way.
Born in Mozambique to a Korean father and a Mozambican mother, Minnie started surfing at the age of 14 as a way to clear his head.
I had a lot of difficulties growing up at a young age, so surfing to me was an escape. To me, it's mind-blowing that us surfers are people riding the energy of the ocean, you know. And I think there's a big potential for a lot of Mozambican kids to make it big in the world in terms of surf.
Minnie's vision and success are just part of what's driving the rebirth of an Afro surf culture in Mozambique.
Minnie is a reference. His brother Junior is a reference. Armando is a reference. These kids are amazing. How exciting is being part of this continent at this moment. People have a voice, and that's why I think surf community becoming strong in small communities like this, I love what is happening.
And lining up to ride that wave is the next generation of up-and-coming surfers in Mozambique.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
The world's biggest business stories in one place. Expert analysis from every corner of the globe. Marketplace, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Middle East. With CNNBusiness.com.
Once in a generation opportunity.
Technology, innovation, business.
June 20th, a CNN concert event. Let's celebrate, educate, and lift every voice. Juneteenth, a global celebration for freedom. Live from the Hollywood Bowl, only on CNN.
There's a rising surf scene in Mozambique.
I think surfing in Dof especially is pretty much the hub of surfing in Mozambique, because in other places you don't have as many local surfers, you don't have as many surf schools and surf programs in such a small village.
Minnie Cho is the country's first professional surfer, and he's determined to grow the next generation of competitive surfers.
We're only beginning, but hopefully we have a lot more kids who are surfing better, and then maybe 2024 we'll have an Olympic team and we'll have some Mozambican kids representing Mozambique in the Olympics. And so that's a goal of mine.
To that end, Minnie is pouring his energy into the Tofu Surf Club, which introduces kids to the sport.
Definitely I've seen less kids in the streets, more kids in the water. We've seen a boom in Mozambican kids surfing. Tofu Surf Club has helped create a new wave of Mozambican surfers. A lot of kids surf here, but they're not as committed. Armando's probably the only surfer in the water that's going to be in the water before me. Because I used to be always the one who would be there at like 4:30 in the morning. And nowadays, Armando's in the water before I am. He's very dedicated and he's pushing it.
I love surfing because it's so fun. And when I'm in a wave, I feel like I forget all of my problems. All I do like all day, I just in the wave and having a lot of fun, smiling.
17-year-old Armando is in the lineup of next-generation surfers in Tofu, waiting to catch the next big wave.
I started surf 2012, and I was not surfing every day because I was going to school also. But from 2014, I started to surf every day. Like the ocean just called me, Armando, just come to have fun here. And if I don't surf, I don't feel good. Narciso is my mentor. He's been explaining me a lot about surfing.
Narciso Namposa is a name you will hear a lot around Tofu. Before the kids here learn to surf, they have to learn how to swim. Narciso, a lifeguard and swim teacher, is known to use swim lessons to impart life lessons.
He's been teaching me, like, be a good guy, keep surfing, and yeah, he's been like my coach and explaining me about the life. Keep surfing, and yeah, it's gonna change your life.
Armando is one of the Nemos. I teach him how to swim. Now he's just ripping surfing. And I'm so proud of it.
For Narciso, just as important as growing the next generation of competitive surfers in Tofu is grooming guardians of the sea.
They have to build a patience with the sea first, and then they have to take care of it. The one thing I think that is the best is to teach them how to be safe in the water, take them snorkeling, then they will take care of the rubbish, collecting rubbish. So it's one of my thing that I'm proud of it, to teach kids how to swim and how to take care of it, and to understand what's the value of the sea.
Surf teach me a lot of things, to look after my beach and to take care also of Tofu and Tofinho.
With the surf culture in Mozambique, Minnie says, comes character building.
And this is something that I also pass on to the kids. When you fall, you gotta stand back up and try again. And it's the same things that we teach the kids in surfing, you know? When you fall, you're not gonna be like, no, I'm out, I'm done, I don't wanna surf anymore. No, you wanna get back up and try again. And so that's a great life lesson that I learned. And also, when the opportunity comes, you gotta take it. You know, you sit out there, you wait, you can wait 20, 30 minutes for a bomb. And when a set comes in and it's a good wave, you gotta go, turn and just make the most of it. And so I think it's the same with life, you know, when the opportunity comes, you gotta take it and you gotta make the most of it. Surfing has taught me a lot, but I think I still have a lot more to learn.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Have you heard it like this?
Let's untangle the players and political forces.
Fast-paced news from the perspective of The Global Brief with Bianca Nobilo. Weeknights on CNN.
beautiful sport because you're out there with nature. I feel as when you're in the water, everyone is equal in the water.
In Mozambique, there's a renaissance of African surf culture taking place. For many, it's a source of pride. For others, it's an opportunity to share a piece of African culture with the world.
Being able to represent Mozambique as the first Mozambican surfer, that's as well just giving me a lot of pride.
The story of Sung Min Cho, or Minnie, and his rise as a competitive surfer from Mozambique is featured in the book Afro Surf.
I got quite a little beautiful piece in there, and I'm so lucky and blessed to be in that book. I've seen it all over the world, and now in the age of social media, there's random days I wake up and I get tagged by someone who's in the other part of the world, opening the book and seeing that I'm in it.
The book is the creation of former X Games host and sports commentator Selema Masekela and the South African surf brand he co-founded.
Minnie is a classic, man. I met Minnie in Durban. He's an awesome kid. He's extremely selfless. Like the way that he mentors and deals with the kids and the way that they look up to him and what he does in the water is special. I surfed with him for the first time in Durbs, and then I surfed with him at Jeffreys Bay, and I was just like, whoa, this kid is good. He wants to put Mozambican surfing on the map.
These days, you can find Masekela surfing the waters off California, where he lives.
This is where I cut my teeth, you know, building a relationship with surfing. When I paddle out and sit in the water, in between waves, where I'm able to sort of contemplate my being. Surfing is great, riding of the waves is incredible, but it's that getting to be out there and leaving everything behind and really like commune with yourself, that to me is the greatest gift.
If you didn't know Masekela from the career he's made in extreme sports, you might know his surname anyway. Selema is the son of legendary South African jazz musician Hugh Masekela.
My dad's always with me when I'm out here. A lot of times in between waves, I'm singing my dad's songs. My father was really blown away by how musical and rhythmic surfing is, and snowboarding and skateboarding.
In co-creating the book Afro Surf, Selema combined his pride in his African heritage with his passion for surfing.
And I think that's what makes me excited about this book, is that it's going to redefine the way people think of surf culture.
A tradition that has deep undercurrents in Africa.
I mean, the earliest known record of surfing was in 1640 in Ghana. They came into the ships and they saw Ghanaians deftly navigating the ocean in boats and on boards. For so long, the world was taught to think that that's just not something that Africans do or did. And what we are seeing in this explosion, this Afro surf renaissance, is a new beginning, an expansion of what global surf culture looks like.
Having been born and raised in the United States, but also having a connection to Africa, Masekela brings a unique perspective. He wants to refocus a long-held view.
I think that from the Western gaze, when people think of Africa, or when I hear people talk about Africa, it's usually, I really want to go on a safari. I can't wait to get to Africa and go and see the animals. And that is the general Western perception of Africa. A place with animals, and some high peaks, and people who desperately need our help. This is the richest continent on the planet. 54 countries, a diversity of culture and music and art and history and pageantry, and so much that it gives.
His commitment to telling that story is something he shares with his late father.
He was like, hey, Africans, look around you. Look at your traditions, look at your culture, look at what you have to give, look at how much other places want to be us. Take pride in that, and also take bits of an exchange with the rest of the world. And then to the rest of the world, my dad was like, go there, don't just go on safari, go touch, talk, taste, feel, move, shake yourself, engage, and realize why this place is so magical. So for me, this is my opportunity to do so through something that is dear to me, which is surfing.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Afghan women are afraid that this is the beginning of your efforts to erase them from the workspace.
Malumness, it's not clear. Even if we appear with the burqa, maybe they will say that women's voices are forbidden.
Did you ever imagine that you would be prevented from going to school?
Girls' education is fundamental to the dignity of Afghan life.
Do you believe that young girls will be allowed to go to school here in Afghanistan?
On any given day here at Tofu Beach, you'll find locals out on the water in the lineup, ready to rip. A scene that's become more common in recent years as Mozambique rides the wave of a growing surf culture. More than just an increased interest in the sport, the lifestyle that's developing around surf here is opening doors for a new livelihood.
I have a small business of 5 boards that I started from nothing. And now I'm making grow. Or maybe in the next few years I have more 20 boards.
23-year-old Nelson Joaquim Jr. Namona is an instructor and avid surfer. His business is just one example of the opportunities now possible in what was once a fishing village.
The industry could provide more surf schools, surf shops, places where people can also get work, fixing boards. Yeah, surfing brands, providing Mozambican surf clothes, Mozambican surfboards. I would like to see that grows and give opportunity to the new generation.
A picture of the future for the people of Tofu and Mozambique that wasn't always visible before.
I would like to see Tofu with our brand board, like a Mozambican, with the color of Mozambican. And it will be great to Tofu. Everyone can come buy the surfboards from Mozambique, and we can have our brand. Maybe in 5 or maybe 10 years, maybe I'll have like my own brand of the boards, my own shop. Yeah, it would be good to Mozambican. To a lot of kids from here also.
For Armando and other young people in Tofu, those possibilities are now more realistic, according to Minnie Cho, who sees the rising swell leading to bigger things.
In this town specifically, this town is a very marine tourism-based town.